Hi, welcome to NetApp Insight. I'm Adam Berg with Veeam Software. In this demonstration, we're going to be going through Veeam Availability Orchestrator version 3 with the all-new capability of integrating with NetApp's ONTAP SnapMirror replication engine. VAO version 3 is for orchestrating disaster recovery site-level failovers for VMware virtual infrastructure. Let's get right into the demo. Here we are in my lab. Here's the login screen to Veeam Availability Orchestrator version 3. We'll go ahead and log in. As you can see, we're greeted with the status of our currently constructed DR orchestration plans in Veeam Availability Orchestrator. But the first thing I want to show you is the administration console and the dashboard in here. As you can see, we're greeted with nice green checks on each one of our categories here, including the ONTAP data stores that are currently constructed in our data storage plans. I'm just going to go ahead and click on a few of these dialog boxes so you can kind of see what's in these here on the left-hand side. Currently connected vCenters are currently connected ONTAP systems. As you can see, I've got two ONTAP 9.7 storage systems here that I've designated my HQ and DR storage virtual machines. In the recovery locations configuration dialog box, this is where we can specify which ONTAP storage virtual machine belongs to which site. We can set up network mapping and re-IP rules for each site. Let's exit the administration and go back into our main dashboard. Here in orchestration plans is where we actually construct our DR failover orchestration based on ONTAP SnapMirror. Let's click New and create a new orchestration plan. We'll go ahead and give this orchestration plan a name. NetApp VMware DR plan. Let's click Next. Here's where we need to select storage. This indicates that we're using ONTAP storage as our replication topology. And we're going to go ahead and select the data stores that we want as part of this DR failover plan. A couple of default options here and how many VMs that we want to execute at the same time. And here, this is where we select default steps as part of every virtual machine that will be included in this DR plan by default. Don't worry, you can edit this later on. Here's our first interesting capability that we need to talk about here, setting our target RPO and RTO here. This is where your policies will dictate whether or not your plans are passing or failing when we do our readiness checks. Selecting our default report template here. These are fully customizable, modifiable reporting templates. And you can automatically have Veeam Availability Orchestrator run your readiness checks daily to verify that your DR plans are always ready to be executed. And here we are creating our first DR plan here for this demo. And you can see that we've already passed our readiness check, which means everything's ready to go and we're able to run and execute this failover plan. Let's go ahead and run this right now. Let's enable this plan and enter our credentials to verify that we are actually able to execute this. And we want to say we want to use the most recent ONTAP storage snapshot. VAO is capable of re-protecting the SnapMirror relationships after the failover if the source ONTAP system is still online. And here we are, we're executing our current failover plan. Because the source system is still online, Veeam Availability Orchestrator is going to do a graceful shutdown of the source virtual machines before failing over to the secondary data center. So here in the pre-planned steps, you can see that we're shutting down all the virtual machines that are part of this DR orchestration plan. Once that is completed, you can see that we are now executing our storage failover based on ONTAP SnapMirror. There are 4 volumes that we're failing over to our DR site. VAO gives you a nice readout of everything that we're doing from an ONTAP perspective. On each data store, you can see the status of all the virtual machines that are running on each one of those data stores and what step we are in process for each virtual machine. Automatically, Veeam Availability Orchestrator registers these data stores and registers the virtual machines and powers them on automatically at the DR site. And we're almost complete. Our last remaining VM here is being registered and should power on shortly. And it's done. Now we're on to our post-plan steps. Post-plan steps include reprotecting our ONTAP SnapMirror relationships back to the source ONTAP storage system. As you can see, we've successfully recovered the data stores, and now we're on to reprotecting those storage volumes. This reverses the resync relationship and updates the SnapMirror relationship back the other direction. We're ready to fail over back to the primary site. And our failover is complete. Let's take a look at our vCenter, and you can see what this looks like. Here's our vCenter, our DR site vCenter, and you can see that all of our virtual machines are now up and running at the DR site. And here are 4 data stores that we failed over from the primary site attached to our DR site vCenter. And that's it. Failover complete. The last thing to do is reset our storage plan for ready for failover. Let's take a look at our reporting. Our reporting capabilities here will show exactly all the steps that were executed by Veeam and also give you a full readout of your RPO and RTO for this failover. As you can see, we're satisfied our recovery point objective and our RTO, our recovery time objective, and detailed it in our reporting. Resetting our plan gets us ready for a failover back to our production site when it comes back online. We've passed our readiness check, which means we are ready to fail over. Thank you for watching this demonstration of Veeam Availability Orchestrator version 3. I'm Adam Berg from Veeam Software.